Hello and welcome everyone on this official platform of Legacy IAS Academy. So today in this session we are going to discuss about a serious threat that is happening in the northeastern region. What if your homeland already scarred by the decades of war and was suddenly turned into a battlefield again? What if your identity, your youth, your future were being hunted down, not by enemies from the outside, but by a state you never ever been recognized? So, as you can see the headlines, Naga homeland under threat again as Myanmar targets youth for draft, says NSCN-YA. Ji haan. So, in a chilling new development, Myanmar's military junta has begun forcibly drafting young Nagas in the region that have never accepted its authority. That is the Naga self-administered zone. That is why National Socialist Council of Nagaland or Greater People's Republic of Nagaland, the historic Naga resistant groups, has broken its silence and issued a bold and urgent warning. Now, why are Nagas being targeted? What is the reason? Why are being Nagas targeted now? Why does this matter not just to Myanmar or India but to the entire world? And how is this small, often a forgotten community at the crossroad of a major human rights as well as geopolitical and ethnic crisis? So stay with us as we break down the full story unfolding in the real time from the historical roots to the explosive present and a future filled with both danger and defiance. So this is not just about a draft, this is about the identity, resistance and survival. So what is actually happening here? So we need to understand that. So what is happening? So let me tell you in a very simple way that Myanmar's military junta has started forced conscription, that is mandatory military service in the Naga self-administered zone in Sagaing region. Ji haan, this is Sagaing region in Myanmar. Now this move has triggered a strong condemnation from National Socialist Council of Nagaland as well as government or the government of the People's Republic of Nagaland Yung Ong faction. तो अब इस कॉन्टेक्स्ट पर नेशनल सोशलिस्ट काउंसिल ऑफ नागालैंड का क्या रिस्पॉन्स रहा? व्हाट इज द रिस्पॉन्स ऑफ एनएससीएन और ग्रेटर पीपल रिपब्लिक ऑफ नागालैंड? व्हाट इज देयर रिस्पॉन्स? तो उन्होंने क्या किया? दे हैव इश्यूड अ प्रेस स्टेटमेंट. Now what is there in the press statement? They reaffirm their non-interference policy in Myanmar's internal conflict. They have warned all the parties not to destabilize Nagaland, and they also expressed their concern for Eastern Nagas who are already suffering, and they have already suffered from past atrocities by the Myanmar military. So this is the context. Now, what are the key events? So those key events we need to understand. So let's try to understand what are the key events here. So military friars promoting the conscription which were circulated in the Naga areas, which is seen as disrespecting the will of Nagas. Now, the enforcement of the conscription law, it has shocked and disappointed the Naga community. Apart from this, the Myanmar army has started arresting the young people for the military draft in the township. कौन से township? Township like Khamti and Homlin, as you can see here. Khamti and Homlin. See this, Homlin, okay, and this is Khamti. So they have already started the arresting of young people for the military draft in the townships of Khampi and Homeland region. Now, this has created a fear as well as insecurity among the Naga people. अब इस चीज ने एक डर बैठा दिया नागा लोगों के अंदर. Now, based on this, what NSCN or Greater People Republic of Nagaland says. Now they said that Nagas have never accepted the rule of India or the Myanmar over their land, and this conscription law is morally wrong. This is illegal under the international law, and it is a threat to the Naga identity as well as the Naga movement, national movement. And they have also accused military junta of trying to use Naga youth as human shield, कि वो Naga youth को use करना चाह रहे हैं as a human shield. As well as they also condemn the corrupt Naga groups who are allegedly working with the junta for their personal gain. That is why their warning and appeal is there. इसीलिए इन्होंने warn किया, appeal किया. Clear? अब warn कैसे किया? तो उन्होंने warning में इसीलिए नागालैंड वालों ने एंड NSCN जो ग्रुप है उन्होंने एक वार्निंग, एक अपील की है. दे हैव वार्न्ड दैट इफ नागास फील अनसेफ दे विल स्टैंड अप टू डिफेंड देमसेल्व्स. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस दे हैव कॉल्ड फॉर द यूनिटी अमंग नागास, की नागास के बीच में यूनिटी की बहुत जरूरत है. दे अर्ज्ड forcibly enlisted Naga youth to contact local Naga authorities, and they have also demanded the military junta to stop the conscription law in Naga areas immediately. ये वार्निंग दी है NSCN ने. तो ओवरऑल अभी हमने क्या समझा? दैट NSCN और ग्रेटर पीपल्स रिपब्लिक ऑफ नागालैंड हैज स्ट्रांगली opposed the Myanmar's military draft in Naga areas, and they warned that it could endanger the Naga youth and threaten their identity and destabilize their homeland. Now, अब इससे क्या हो सकता है? The Myanmar's junta, they forced conscription drive in the Naga self-administered zone. It may have serious impact. It may have political impact, social impact, security related impact as well. Now, first we are going to understand the impact. तो पहला impact क्या हो सकता है? It can destabilize the Naga areas. So destabilization now destabilization of Naga areas, that is especially Sagaing region, as you can see here, है ना? Sagaing region of Myanmar. So let me tell you, this conscription drive is already causing the panic and insecurity. There is a fear of arrest which is forcing the youth to flee or hide, which disrupting their normal life. And it could also lead to the local resistance, possibly even armed clashes with the junta forces. Second impact, revival of anti-junta and pro-Naga nationalism. Now, revival of anti-junta and pro-Naga nationalism. How? Nationalist Socialist Council of Nagaland or Greatest People Republic of Nagaland, their strong language shows the potential for a militant revival if youth are forcibly taken. And this could also reignite the Eastern Naga struggle, which had been quite in recent years. And it forced the conscription continues. If this forced conscription continued, more youth may join Naga armed groups rather than serve the junta. Apart from this, another impact could be breakdown of NSCN. Now, breakdown of National Socialist Council of Nagaland and non-interference policy. जी हाँ, NSCN has so far avoided interfering in Myanmar's internal conflict, but junta's action may force them to act, ending their the neutral stance. and this risk drawing the Nagas into the broader Myanmar civil war, especially if they align with anti-junta ethnic groups. Then apart from this, internal division among Nagas. Now, internal division among Nagas. National Socialist Council of Nagaland has accused some Naga corrupt groups for collaborating with the junta rule, and this could divide the Naga community in Myanmar region between those who resist and those who cooperate with the junta group, and it may weaken the collective Naga resistance and open the door to further military exploitation. Apart from this, human rights violation. Now, how human rights violation? How this can impact the human rights violation? So let me tell you, the forced conscription of ethnic minorities, especially from a politically sensitive group like the Nagas, like the Nagas, who is seen as human rights, it is seen as a human rights violation. It may attract the international condemnation, but Myanmar's junta is known to ignore such kind of criticism, and it could also worsen the junta's already battered image globally. Then it can create cross-border tensions with India. Cross-border tensions with India. अब ये इंडिया के साथ कैसे क्रॉस बॉर्डर टेंशन आ सकती है? देखो, इंडिया के काफी सारे कुछ स्टेट्स जो है नॉर्थ ईस्ट के, जिनका म्यांमार के साथ बॉर्डर है. Many Nagas, they live across India-Myanmar border. Getting my point? And if there is instability in Eastern Nagaland, if there is instability in this region, Eastern Nagaland region, if there is instability, then Eastern Nagaland, so Myanmar, so if there is instability in this region also, then what happened in this case? It can also spill over in India's Nagaland, Manipur region. Getting my point? Arunachal Pradesh. So it can create the refugee inflows also in India. Militant movements as well as weapon smuggling may increase, and it can draw India's attention as well as concern. Then long-term impact on Naga identity and autonomy. Ji haan, long-term impact. No, long-term impact on Naga's identity as well as autonomy. Now, forcibly enlisting youth from an ethnic group that never accepted the Myanmar rule, it is a serious blow to Naga's identity. Apart from this, National Socialist Council of Nagaland sees it as a step to undermine their autonomy as well as political future. So overall, the things that we have discussed just now in this video, so it is basically the concern for the Naga people is conscription law. The conscription drive could escalate the tensions, it can revive the militancy, it can cause the internal division and draw the Nagas deeper into Myanmar civil war conflict with the possible spillover into the Indian territory. So it directly threatens the Naga youth, their identity as well as political aspirations of Nagas. So for a people who have never bowed to the empires, neither to India nor to Myanmar, this forced conscription is more than just a policy. It is a line drawn in blood. So Naga youth are not just names on the list. They are the voices of a people fighting to protect their way of life in the region the world rarely sees, but one that speaks loudly about freedom, dignity and resistance. So the world must understand this. When one culture is erased by force, all of humanity loses a piece of itself. So share this story, talk about it, spread awareness, because the Nagas don't have global media empires. They only have us, you, me, anyone who believes in justice. And if this video reached you, it is because their story matters. Let's make sure it reaches millions and more. So subscribe now, share now, and stand with the truth. Thank you so much.